And hello, everybody. It's Chris from the Stewart Buzz. We have Wendy here today, and she is actually full of piss and vinegar.
Watch out.
So our topic today is going to be about us against them. So then we had some tall blonde chick say to us, so what does that mean, us against them? Well, it means everything like us against them. It's either the Democrats versus the Republicans, the Gen Zers versus the baby boomers. It is, it's just such division in America today. It was nothing like that when I was a kid. I didn't even know if my parents were Democrats or Republicans. It didn't matter to me. I don't know if you agree with that, but
yeah, totally agree.
Were your parents, did you know their political background when you were 8 or 9 years old?
No, had no idea.
I didn't care.
I didn't care.
I was outside playing, unlike you guys.
Outside playing constantly.
Right. So what's happening now is I did a little bit of a short on my, okay, we don't need height jokes, okay? Yeah. So seriously, I did a short on this earlier. So people think that because somebody came up with a brilliant idea, say, for instance, the can opener. Somebody invented the can opener, you make $1 billion. Well, they don't deserve to make $1 billion. They had to pay 80% of that in taxes. Now, I'm not saying that's the way it is right now, but that's the way the younger crowd thinks, is that, well, you're a billionaire, you can afford it. Well, they shouldn't have to afford it. They were smart enough to come up with an idea. You were not. You were not smart enough to come up with that idea. I didn't call you stupid, by the way. That's just you thinking. But
reading stuff into it.
Right. But so I believe that they should not. I believe just I'm going to throw a number out there. So say 30%, right? Mm-hmm. So I had to pay 30% of my salary. You had to pay 30% of your salary. And the billionaires had to pay 30% of their salary.
Yeah.
30% of $1 billion is a lot of money.
Yes.
Okay? And 30% of my salary is hardly anything.
Yes.
But seriously,
but it's across the board fair.
It should be across the board. Just because you're smart enough to make $1 billion doesn't mean that you have to, oh my God, I have to pay 80%. Now, also, there are a certain group of humans that are pissed off that Zuckerberg is buying property in California. So he bought 110 houses in California. God. You know why? Because he can. And now they're mad. All his neighbors are mad that he bought up all these things. Well, maybe you should have bought them. Maybe everybody should have got together and say, we're going to stop Zuckerberg from buying all these because we're going to pull our money together and we're going to buy them before he does. Well, you're not smart enough to do that, so you didn't do it. What is your take on that?
Did he buy them all in the same neighborhood?
Yeah. You know, why not?
Why not?
It's a compound.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the division of America? See, I was going to ask this. I don't remember her name. She's a tall blonde chick, but I was going to ask her to actually voice her opinion on that, but she was afraid. She was afraid about the division in America, but she was afraid to come on and say her piece because I know she has a piece. Did that come out right?
Yeah.
Did that come out right?
Yes, it did.
Okay. So what is your piece?
My piece and take on it is that I think you're right. There's a division in America over every single thing.
Everything. Even devil dogs.
Even devil dogs.
Right. Should you eat the devil dog frozen and peel off the cake and eat the icing first, or should you eat the whole thing?
Oh, just eat it. Shove it all in all at once.
No, we're not talking about your eating habits, by the way. We're just talking about in general. So,
Sorry, let me get back on track.
There is division.
Yeah, there's absolute division, and I don't remember it when I was younger, and
which is a long time ago.
It was a long time ago in the 80s, and yeah. So, but over everything, it doesn't even matter. And people can't talk to each other in normal and have different opinions and still get along. It always comes to a fight. It always comes to calling names and then going on social media and blowing up this
I did a YouTube podcast yesterday regarding illegal aliens coming here and why people are protesting that the criminals, the people that murder, rape, do all these crazy things, and people are protesting that we should leave them alone.
I think we should tell them, let them move in with them and see how they like it. And something happens to their family and see how they like it.
Right. It's always good and it's always fun to do these protests until it hits home.
Exactly. And that's something that we can control, the criminal portion of it. We can control the illegals that are criminals from coming into our country and hurting our citizens. The criminals that live here and are born here are natural citizens. We can't control that. So at least there's a little portion that we can control coming into our country.
Well, you see the key word. So I don't care if you're a natural citizen or you
Right.
became a citizen. So if you came here 25 years ago and were not a citizen when you came here, you establish yourself and you have a job, you've been doing the right things all these years, no problem.
No problem.
Just, go and get it fixed. We don't look to deport those kind of people. Nobody's looking to deport those kind of people. Mm-mm. And they're not deporting citizens. I literally watched a news broadcast yesterday, and I urge everybody to watch both CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News. You will get a kick out of how different and the hatred that is spewed on all the channels. So I was watching MSNBC with this, awkward-looking man. He was an awkward-looking man. I believe his wife is on there, and she is just as homely. But anyway, this is an opinion, right? I'm allowed to have an opinion
Absolutely.
Here in America.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you want to come and sue me and say I'm not ugly, well, that's a matter of opinion. I think you're ugly. So anyway, they're on there, right? And they're talking about them deporting. This is what I got out of it. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. I'm always wrong. But according to the guy on YouTube that answered one of my things. But so they are deporting citizens. Okay. I don't think they're deporting citizens. I saw nothing anywhere. I Googled it. I used AI. I tried to find something where they're deporting citizens. They're not citizens. They are people that came here through just the border process and not going through the proper channels. Mm-hmm. And they were murderers. They were rapists. They were also the criminals, gang members, things like that. We're getting rid of those types of people. I have a really nice friend, Alex. Okay. So if you don't know Alex, that's okay. But Alex Alex is from another country. Well, they knocked on his door and asked for his paperwork. Now, the only way that they would knock on his door is because somebody actually said, I don't think he's a legal citizen. That's my opinion. Because if they really did their due diligence, if ICE did their due diligence, wouldn't they be able to just see on the computer that he's got all his paperwork?
Yes.
I was talking to Jeannie about this on the way in today.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair that they knocked on his door. That's not what we're about. I disagree with that. So, you know what? I can side on the other side on certain things, yes. But why are you protesting? Why are you morons protesting to keep rapists and MS-13 gang members and all sorts of gang members and criminals in the country? How do you benefit from that? Go ahead.
You don't. And just from them coming into our country sneakily, and they're
sneakily? Sneakily. Is that a word?
Sneakily.
Kaylee, is that a word, Kaylee? Sneakily?
Sneakily.
Kaylee won't answer us.
I'm fact checking.
She's fact checking sneakily. We have a fact checker here. Sneakily is not a word.
We're already sneaking into our country.
I need you to Google that to us, or just text it to me, and I'll read it on here. I don't know if they can hear you. So here's the deal. Sneakily. So do you want... So it's very funny, because all these people like that Pocahontas chick and all these people that are in the government, they're going to fight every tooth and nail about what's being done with the country to try to clean it up. Unless they're in their front yard.
Yeah.
Let's take the homeless people, for instance. Let's get all the homeless people in front of somebody that's condoning all this and put them in their street. They're all there in the street.
Let's have them take care of them.
And the whole street smells like urine.
Yeah.
I also heard something, I believe it was yesterday, is that somebody was actually saying under oath that in New York City, there has not been one homeless person sleeping on the street.
What?
Well, I worked in Manhattan, and I walked the streets. That probably didn't sound right. So
did walk the street.
I walked to work from Penn Station all the way to Lexington, and I forgot, it was Gramercy Park. It all smelled like urine. There was a time at like 8 o'clock, everybody just made them get up. It was like a street cleaning. And after that, nobody would have known that they're there. It is ridiculous the way California is right now. I don't know what this Newsom guy does. Oh, did I say that right?
No. Yes, I did. Yes, you did.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I had a lisp. So this dude thinks it's okay to have a city-long block of tents of homeless people with drugs and stuff like that. Who wants that? Do you want that in your neighborhood?
Well, absolutely.
Well, you might because you're from that area.
I'm part of that.
Yeah, you live in a tent.
Yeah, but no. Why can't we just have? Most of the homeless people probably are mentally ill.
Again,
have some sort of addiction, down on need some sort of help. Instead of helping these illegal immigrants, how about we help our own people?
Right at home, start at home.
And then we wouldn't have homeless.
Right, but they don't seem to do that. Now, the other theory was, and I want your feedback on this, the other theory is that let everybody cross the border, let's get them licenses. If you get a car driver's license, you can vote.
Oh.
If you can vote, then they're going to vote for the people that let them across the border. So
every time.
The whole idea was to get as many votes. Hey, Harris.
How'd that work out for you?
How did that work for you, huh? How did it work? Because I don't think it did. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, yeah, so we know the dude that's president right now is probably not the smoothest operator. He is arrogant. He's a pain in the ass. He's crude. He's rude. I agree with you guys on that. Mm-hmm. I voted both left and I voted right. I do not vote party lines.
Ditto.
And there was a guy yesterday that told me that I was wrong about something. And you want to know something? I don't think I was. If you have the balls to actually come onto my podcast and tell me how I was wrong or why you're right, I don't mind agreeing to disagree. I really don't.
No.
I am clearly not the sharpest tool in the shed. Apparently, the dude that tried to write on my thing, it's still up there. You can read it. And it's called The Stewart Buzz. You should know that because you're watching it right now. But anyway, I am not always right. But I can actually say when I'm not right. Which never happens, by the way. But that's besides the point.
The one and only time I think I can remember you said yes. Wendy, you're right.
Yeah, that probably didn't happen. No, really. So you don't remember division.
No.
But you're pretty old. How old are you now?
I'm only 51.
Right. But the chick behind the wall, the secret blonde chick behind the wall.
Our secret guest.
Yeah, she's fairly young.
Yeah, she's my daughter's age.
Right. So I would She's younger than my kid's age, yeah. So I would love to get her feedback on that, but clearly she's afraid. Because that would be a different type of feedback on what she feels
Definitely.
is right from wrong, or if she feels any division. Because you know what? They may not, as a millennial, like my son is a millennial, they may not, or she's Gen Z, they may not feel that there's a division. They may feel that it's okay. I almost feel like we're going backwards in a way to where it is like the flower children back in the day, right? And everybody was like, just let it peace and be, let's have sex in the field. Okay, so listening to rock and roll.
I think everybody would be happier.
But no, seriously, that's the way it was back in the day with all the protests and stuff like that.
Right.
Woodstock,
Right.
and all the crazy stuff that happened there. But it seems to be going that way, but it's just so much more violent. So it wasn't so violent back in the day. It was more peace and let God be with you type of hippie.
And people had discussions, like there wasn't fighting, like
right, because they were high as a kite. So they were like,
and everybody would be happier.
Hey, dude, that's a pretty cool idea. Now it's like, what do you say? Really?
What'd you say?
Hold on, let me get out my gun.
Yes.
So it's funny because now that this president of the United States that we have right now found that Washington, D.C. is so majorly ridden with crime that he wanted to fix it because it's the capital. People come there to see the White House. And right around the corner from the White House was a ton of homeless people and murders and this and that. So he said, you know what? I need to clean this up.
Right.
And then he's going to move on to the next state. That's what he said. Once I fix this, I'm going to the next state and I'm going to fix that. And then everybody's protesting. Get out of my whatever, my state or whatever it is. And it's like, we don't want you here. Okay, so you want murders. They already, as this morning, collected 101 guns. There were, the murder rate has dropped drastically. The crime rate has dropped drastically. The carjackings have dropped drastically. Okay, I'm just going to put something out there. We live in Stuart, Florida. I have not seen a carjacking here. And so, like, if the carjackings and murders are drastically down, that alone states there is something wrong with your area. Because if you have to get the National Guard in because the police can't seem to do their job, now, mind you, I don't know the whole story, but why did they have to put the National Guard in to fix this and not necessarily have just the cops do it? What's your take on that?
It's probably because...
Okay, great. Thank you. So we're going to... No, I'm only kidding. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't even know what situation you're talking about, but it was probably because it was too much for the police force to handle. There was probably more... Because you think about it, if the illegals are coming to our country because their country is bad. Okay.
These are all probably citizens, too. Just so you know. They're just criminals. They're citizens, non-citizens. They're everyone. So let's not throw the illegals under the bus so quickly. Let's just put them on the bus. But but seriously,
there it is.
So if they're illegals, we can't deport them. So we're just trying to stop crime in general in that area in Washington, D.C. So do you think there is a place for the National Guard to stop crime if, and only if, the police force does not do it? No date or time.
No, because I'm thinking crime goes way back than just it happening right now. It goes back to people being poor and needing to support themselves and their family. And
well, wait. I'm just going to correct you on one thing. There is also called white collar crime.
Correct.
That's not the people that are shooting each other in the streets, by the way. So yes, I get your point. Go ahead.
Now I lost my point.
Boy, that's what weed does to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So your point was it's just like not. Go ahead.
It's not just it's not just the crime. It goes way further than that. It's like helping them get in a
It's a way of life.
correct.
So it's a little bit sad.
And it's a learned way of life as well.
So there was a lady that I saw on the news the other day, and she said, "Well, isn't this a coincidence? There is a black minority woman that's mayor in this state, and then there's one in this state, and Trump is taking over both of them." Apparently, that means that he's picking on a woman minority and nobody else. Well, I don't believe that to be the case, but what's the common denominator? I have nothing, and everybody that knows me, I am not prejudiced in any way, shape, or form. I don't care who you are. But if you're a criminal, then you need to be held accountable. I don't care if you're legal or illegal. If you are a criminal, you need to be held accountable. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. You need to be held accountable regardless, even if you're not a criminal, even if you need to be held accountable for your own actions, period. And people do not do that these days.
One more quick thing. There was a gentleman, I'm sorry, I'm going to rephrase that. There was a moron that was driving a CDL, driving a tractor trailer, a semi, here in the state of Florida. And he made a U-turn on a major road and killed a family. He was not legally here. He was not really supposed to get a CDL license. In California, they do give them out, even to people who are illegals.
Yes.
What do you think the repercussions of that individual should be?
Oh, man. As high as the court and law will allow, because he wasn't even supposed
Do you
to
think
get
he should be
something.
deported, or do you think he should go to jail here?
I think he should go to jail here and then deported.
Okay, that's cool. Once you serve your time here, which should be
Yes.
20-something or 30 years, then you go back home
Yes.
where they hang your ass.
Yes.
He didn't have any remorse. Did you see the
I
video?
saw the
Okay,
video.
he had no remorse on his face whatsoever.
Zero reaction.
He was more like,
Okay.
oh, look at that. There is people underneath the truck. How am I going to move now? Now, mind you, he could not read or speak English. How do you drive a vehicle? And I was doing that today with Jeannie. I was going along in the car, and I said, okay, see that sign that says no U-turn? If somebody cannot read where it says no U-turn, how do they drive? How do they even pass their CDL?
Correct. Yeah, exactly. How do they?
So you should not have a
should
license
not
if you cannot read or write.
No, and it even has a picture with a no.
Well, that was whoa, jeez. Wow.
Karate.
That was a lot of anger going on there. But anyway, now apparently they're taking to court the company who he drove for as well, because that was not supposed to really leave the state of California.
Correct.
So why,
That's a long way.
Mr. Newsom? I won't even call you governor because you're not worth being called the governor. Mr. Newsom, why would you allow somebody like that to have a CDL?
You want to know what? He probably doesn't even know that damn law was even there.
He does now.
He does now. I
That's
bet you he
right.
didn't before.
Well, I don't know. That dude to me is more into his podcast now than he is into running the state. Honestly,
Shame.
to me, everybody's like, "Oh, he's going to probably run for president." If Pete
God
Buttigieg,
help us.
Pete Buttigieg has more of a chance of winning the presidency if they were to run than he does. To me, the man is useless. He is full of hot air, and that's just the way it is. Last words.
I have no last words. I'm just frustrated with this country. I'm
I'm
disgusted.
frustrated with the country as well. And you know what? I'm frustrated with the country, not just on the left, not just on the
No,
right.
the
I'm just
whole-
frustrated with everybody that thinks, well, the entitled.
Oh, yeah.
The entitled. And
The
the
ones that think-
entitled
yeah.
goes not just for illegals, not just for me, not just for you, the Gen Zers, people that want to work 4 hours a day. Now, the chick behind the wall over there that's hidden, that girl works so freaking hard and so many hours, and she's young. But you know what? She doesn't fit the category. She actually is like above the category.
Oh.
That's what makes me so proud of her, because she doesn't feed into the system. She creates her own.
You know what?
My son does that as well.
That's so true. You know, I got a fortune cookie the other day that said,
Wait. I'm sorry. Did you say you have a fortune cookie?
I had a fortune cookie, but it ties right
That means
in.
you ate Chinese food.
I did.
Okay.
It said, you create your own happiness. It's personal.
Right.
So true.
You are your own happiness.
Yes. So just like you are explaining,
You manifest your dreams.
yes.
So with that, I hope everybody has a great day. I would love to hear your opinion on this. I would love you to comment below or call Wendy's cell phone at
772-678-6170. Call me at the shop.
yeah, and voice your opinion to Wendy.
Come on
But-
our podcast.
You can actually, if you would like to, and debate what we have to say, you can come onto our podcast here in Stuart, Florida, if you're local, or you can actually call in. We would like that as well. So you guys have a blessed day. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit dislike. We don't care.
Just comment.
Just comment, because we want to know your feedback on this, because it's we're not siding on one
It concerns
thing,
everybody.
but it does. It really does. So with that, hope you guys have a blessed day. Don't forget, November, the interstellar alien ship will be landing on Earth. Let's talk about that another day. Have a great life. Talk to you guys soon. Goodbye.